Welcome to today's in-depth analysis of One Piece Chapter 1134 Owl Library. This chapter is a treasure trove of pivotal moments and surprises, including the controversial survival of Saul, the dramatic developments of Elbaf, and even a confirmation of the evil Shanks theory that could reshape the narrative. If you're wondering how Oda is tying together Vegapunk's story, the evolving mysteries of Elbaf, and even the implications of these new characters, you're in the right place. Stick around as we unravel these threads and explore how they connect to the broader tapestry of One Piece's story. This week's chapter opens with a special color spread featuring the Straw Hat crew riding a giant Frankie robot over the sea. The spread includes a tribute to Kazuki Yao, Frankie's voice actor, who recently announced his retirement due to health reasons. The visual highlights Super Frankie carrying the crew, emphasizing the enduring camaraderie of the Straw Hats. The inclusion of the words "We are eternal" on the robot's shoulder adds a bittersweet touch, symbolizing the enduring legacy of both Frankie and his actor. It's a moment that reminds us how much One Piece means to its creators and fans alike. The scene transitions to Luffy formally thanking Saul for helping Robin, delivering his gratitude with an uncharacteristically formal tone. While humorlessly out of place for Luffy, this moment does not detract from the emotional resonance of the reunion. Saul's recognition of Robin's growth and her bond with the crew reinforces her journey from isolation to acceptance. This moment exemplifies the reoccurring theme of found family within the Straw Hat crew and its role in shaping individual characters. Saul's survival from the Ohara incident has been a divisive topic within the One Piece community. While some fans view his survival as a welcome resolution to Robin's tragic backstory, others argue it diminishes the emotional impact or even the severity of the events at Ohara. This debate highlights the broader challenge of balancing emotional payoff with narrative stakes. I might share my thoughts on this subject in a future video, and I encourage you to let me know your opinions in the comment section below. On a related note, I didn't initially expect Kuma to leave Egghead Island alive, which creates a personal sense of conflict for me. I find myself wondering how Oda plans to handle Kuma's arc, whether his journey will conclude with a hopeful resolution alongside Bonnie or end tragically with his death. Regardless, this development raises compelling questions about the direction of his character. While this is a topic deserving of its own video, I wanted to introduce the idea for anyone interested in exploring it further. Lilith's introduction to Saul adds another layer of intrigue. She reveals that the box she brought from Egghead contains a complete replicant of Vegapunk, not just a satellite, but a fully cloned body. This revelation raises significant questions about Vegapunk's plans and the lengths he's willing to go to evade the world government. Lilith's decision to stay in Elbaf and establish a laboratory to revive Vegapunk and cure Kuma indicates that Elbaf is becoming a critical hub for future developments. Personally, I find this development somewhat conflicting. It feels as though Oda was hesitant to fully commit to Vegapunk leaving the story. From a narrative perspective, I found the dramatic conclusion of Vegapunk Stella's arc, with Kizaru being the one to take him down, to be both powerful and fitting. It encapsulated Kizaru's role and Vegapunk's journey in a way that felt thematically cohesive. Introducing a replicant of Vegapunk shifts the stakes, and while it opens new narrative possibilities, I'm not entirely convinced from a story quality standpoint that this is the right direction to take. That said, it will be interesting to see how this plays out into the broader narrative moving forward. The chapter takes an interesting turn as the Giants guide the Straw Hats through Elbaf's Walrus Academy and introduce the Owl Library. Usopp's playful interaction with giant kids at the Warrior Spring provides a glimpse into Elbaf's evolving culture. Ripley Sensei, a giant biology teacher, explains that the era of violence and war is over, with Elbaf now striving for peace and trade under the influence of the late King Harold. The shift challenges our preconceptions of Elbaf as a land of warriors. Ripley's backstory and her longing to see Luffy's Gear 5th form, which resembles a mythical warrior from Elbaf's lore, hints at a deeper connection between Luffy's powers and the giants' mythologies. The chapter's centerpiece is a long-awaited reveal of the Owl Library, a breathtaking double-page spread showing a mysterious library filled with massive books and tree branches. The book Robin carries grows to a giant size upon entry, symbolizing the weight of knowledge preserved from Ohara. Saul's pride in recovering these records and Robin's emotional reaction, recalling Clover's words from her childhood, create a poignant moment of closure and hope. The Owl Library not only serves as a repository of Ohara's knowledge, but also stands as a testament to the sacrifices made to protect history. This scene underscores One Piece's central theme of preserving the past for the sake of the future. The narrative shifts to the underworld, where Loki converses with a mysterious figure named Mosa. Their interaction, conducted entirely through Denden Mushi, provides insight to Loki's character. Mosa describes Loki as kind, which hints at a deeper and more complex personality than previously assumed. This characterization opens the possibility that Loki might have not been responsible for King Harold's death, as it has been suggested in Elbaf's history. Instead, this interaction invites speculation that Loki could have been framed, potentially by the world government or another powerful entity seeking to manipulate Elbaf. This perspective adds another layer of intrigue to Loki's role in the narrative, suggesting that he might be more of a tragic or misunderstood figure rather than an outright antagonist. The implications of this framing further tie into the broader themes of power and control that permeate the series. As the chapter concludes, we return to the western village where Dory, Brogy, and the other giants are enjoying a lively drinking session. But the festive atmosphere is abruptly shattered by the arrival of a black lightning strike at the village's castle. The final double-page spread reveals a magic circle identical to the one used by the Gorosei and Egghead, but this one bears no number. Two cloaked figures emerge from the circle, kneeling before the throne. One is the enigmatic hooded Shanks seen during the reverie, while the other is a woman shrouded in mystery, her face obscured by the bandages and her hair covering one eye. The introduction of Hooded Shanks' figure effectively confirms the speculation that Shanks has an evil counterpart. This chapter provides strong evidence for this theory, with the hooded figure's unscarred profile and their connection to the summoning circle, identical to the one used by Gorosei Saturn in chapter 1094, serving as critical visual cues. These details suggest that this character is not the Shanks we know, but a parallel figure, possibly a two-armed equivalent whose motives and alliances may run counter to Shanks' own. This confirmation sets the stage for a dynamic narrative shift, positioning an evil counterpart to Shanks as a pivotal antagonist in this arc. Such a development has the potential to challenge the Straw Hats while redefining Shanks' legacy in the broader One Piece world. An evil counterpart to Shanks could be positioned as a major antagonist in this arc, challenging both the Straw Hats and the legacy of Shanks himself. Such a character would force a deeper exploration of Shanks' backstory and the wider implications of his influence on the One Piece world. The possibility of this figure being aligned with, or even manipulating, the Gorosei raises the stakes significantly, creating a dynamic that could redefine the series' overarching power structures. This development invites a closer analysis of the power structures at play and how this figure fits into the overarching conflicts in the series. This bandaged figure also caught my attention, and I believe there is a strong possibility that she could be a woman. Her facial structure and visible eyes strike me as more feminine. Giving her a unique aura of mystery, it's hard not to wonder if she could be connected to the lore surrounding the one marked by flames, or if she might be someone entirely different with her own significant role to play. The deliberate concealment of her features makes her presence all the more intriguing, and I can't help but feel that her introduction signals an important shift in the narrative. Her identity could hold the key to unraveling deeper layers of the story, and I'm excited to see how this unfolds in the future chapters. Chapter 1134 stands out as a turning point, weaving together emotional resolutions, complex world building, and enticing mysteries. The survival of Saul, while contentious, introduces fresh perspectives on Robin's backstory and her journey forward. The Owl Library serves as a powerful reminder of Ohara's sacrifices, while also reinforcing the series' central theme of preserving history against forces that seek to erase it. The developments surrounding Loki hint at a deeper narrative involving potential manipulation by the world government, suggesting a nuanced character arc that could redefine Elbaf's historical conflicts. Similarly, the confirmation of an evil Shanks figure raises the stakes significantly, introducing a parallel antagonist whose presence could challenge both the Straw Hats and Shanks' legacy. Equally intriguing is the bandaged figure, whose identity remains shrouded in mystery. Could her role tie into the one marked by flames or represent another thread in the overarching narrative? These questions highlight Oda's mastery of setting up narrative puzzles that invite thoughtful analysis. This chapter leaves us with numerous possibilities to consider. How will the Straw Hats navigate the growing tensions in Elbaf? What will become of Vegapunk's replicant, and how might it alter the balance of power? And finally, how do these new figures, the hooded Shanks and the mysterious woman, fit into the grander conflicts at play? I'd love to hear your thoughts on these developments. Which theories resonate with you, and what direction do you think the story will take from here? Let's discuss in the comments below as we anticipate the next chapter in this ever expanding saga.